Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to week 6 of the Irish Battle Association. This week we're up against the Shropshire Scizors. Can't pronounce that name correctly, but they're coached by Philip and Drave. I can't pronounce that name really good either. I'm very poor at names. But that's what we're up against. And they have a pretty scary team. So let's have a quick look at the team before we dive into actually the team building episode for week 6 and actually go through what I'm bringing for this matchup. So he's got the Mega Venusaur, the Victini, the Tentacruel, Mismagius, Electros, Cloyster, Volcarona, Machamp, Slurpuff, Scamry, and Musharna. Now, looking at this team, he has got very little speed. Very little speed. Victini is his fastest. Victini and Volcarona are his two fastest Pokemon. Slurpuff, an Unburdened Slurpuff is faster as well. Is exceptionally fast as well. But naturally, he's got nobody that crosses that 100 speed here. So you know, looking at that, it means that I do get a lot of speed control with my team. It means that I can kind of come in, and unless he sets up his speed, I'm going to speed. I can hit first and all that kind of shenanigans. So that's very good for me. He's got a pretty decent Firewater Grass Core with Mega Venusaur, Victini, and Tentacruel. Now, sadly, I do not have Cure Black, which would have destroyed it, but I don't have it. But all the same, that's a very scary core to go up against. He's got Electros as well, which can be a nuisance to deal with. We saw that in the UGBC when I went up against Electros in 1 week. That Electros can stay around for a long time, and it's very hard to wear down. Scamry, he's brought Scamry pretty much every week, so I knew he was going to have to. I need something to deal with that. He's got a few threats. He definitely has a few threats. I think he's only brought Volcarona once, which is a huge shock to me because Volcarona is such a, you know, such a beast with the Quiver Dance and all that. Bar the Rock's weakness, if you take the Rock's weakness out and you can play around that, then you'll find, like, to be fair, Zard's got a massive Rock weakness, but Zard's been put in Defiance for us so far this season. So very scary team, but still think I have a shot of winning this. Of course, we just need to play safely, play right, and we should be okay. We should be fine. Should be fine for the week. So I kind of wanted two Pokemon first and foremost. I wanted my Zardwai and I wanted my Latias. That's the way I started to build my core, or started to build the team to counter my opponents. I felt when I looked at his team, I have the team over here on the second screen. When I looked at his team, I said, well, Zardwai beats Mega Venusaur because I just get, I have Air Slash, so I can just hit him there, and the Latias can kill the Venusaur because I got, you know, I'm a Psychic type, so I can hit Psyshock. Same with the Tentacruel is kind of dealt with the Latias as well, and then Zard kind of does huge damage to so much of his team. Like Electros is more, like, can carry it. Commonly carries the Saltfest, and I kind of want to be able to dent that as much as possible with Fire Blast if I can, so that's what we want to do. I have the Ancient Power for Volcarona because Zardwai is like pretty much the best Pokemon I have, and it's near enough one of the best Pokemon you could have to bring in against Volcarona, because Giga Drain, Bug Buzz, and Quiver Dance are, you know, are Volcarona's main, you know, the three main offensive moves, and Roost or something like that, or Fiery Dance, not Quiver Dance, Fiery Dance, and maybe either Roost or Quiver Dance or some sort of variant like that. That's what Volcarona normally carries. Zardwai just eats them hits pretty well, quite normally. So, and then I should be able to like launch Air Slash and launch Ancient Powers to be able to nuke it and finish it off. So that's what I'm kind of hoping with there. Fire Blast to nuke things, and then I have the Roost to be able to just get some health back. Also, like the Zardwai kind of deals with his Machamp as well, which is very nice to have. There's the Scamry beautifully. Works out very well overall, to be fair. It works out very well overall. And I'm hoping he'll do the finest. It hits a lot of his team pretty hard. Very worried about a Shell Smash Cloyster, but I think I covered it later on. That was one thing I was very worried about, is Shell Smash Cloyster, but I think I covered it later on very well. So I'm very happy with that. and Zardwai just hits a lot of things, and with this moveset, it should be very, very good. I went for this EV spread because Victini and Volcarona being max, or being 100 base speed, I figured I'd better be max speed, so as at least I could speed tie with them. If I went for the modest, I was going to get hurt. They could potentially hurt me. I don't really want to 1v1 Victini with my Zard because Victini gets bolt strike, and that's no fun for me. And that is pretty much the kind of move set there. I was solar power over Roost for so long, but when I was just looking at what solar power was giving me, like the Tentacruel can kind of eat it up because it's not super effective. It's just neutral. So that was fine. And then really I was carrying solar power for the Cloyster, which is which gets neutrally hit, gets neutrally hit by Fire Blast. So I'm like, don't see the need, and I'm carrying Ancient Power. And like, if I wanted to save Fire Blast, I can just use Ancient Power instead if it's weakened enough, and pray I get the almighty boost from Ancient Power. But that was the kind of reason behind going Roost over solar power there with Zard. Now moving on to Eon, my Latias, which I said I wanted to bring as well because it deals with the Mega Venusaur Tentacruel very, very well, but also can kind of eat hits off the Victini, which is really good for me. It's what I really wanted. I didn't, because Victini can just run over teams really, with Scarfed, Choice, whatever. It can run over teams really. I do not want to bring Latias is not going to be my first switch in onto Victini until I know it doesn't have U-turn. If that thing has U-turn, I'm in huge trouble. So I don't want to do that. I'm carrying Psyshock, Thunderbolt, Calm Mind, and Draco Meteor. So I'm carrying the Psyshock for the Venusaur, the Tentacruel, the Machamp, and that is it. And also to hit the Softfest Electros. That was another reason why I want the Psyshock. I'm carrying Thunderbolt for Scamry, and potentially Cloyster and the Tentacruel as well, but mostly for Scamry because I have the Psyshock covered with the Tentacruel, and for the Cloyster, I'm just I'm probably not gonna have Latias in against Cloyster because it could carry Ice Shard, so I don't want to face that. I've Calm Mind to set up. I was originally Roost, and I was originally Roost, Draco Meteor, Life Orb, and I was thinking, and then the more I looked at it, the more I figured, something, let's just have Latias as an offensive attacker. Let's put the Calm Mind on her. Let's just let her set up, let her have her fun, let her dance around, and just run riot. Basically, that's what I really want to do. And I kind of cover up for not having Roost on Latias later on. I was also considering Defog quite a bit, but I just prefer the Calm Mind set this week because he doesn't have the speed to deal with me really this week. And bar the Scamry, no one really wants to take Draco Meteors. The Machamp is kind of set up fodder for me. Machamp might have Ice Punch, but I'll scout that obviously. The Volcarona, Bug Buzz don't want to deal with, but I don't know. I just look at it like I can set up on the Tentacruel, the Electros, the Venusaur. There was just there. I was like, I can click a Calm Mind and I can hit something exceptionally hard with it. So might as well. There might be a few opportunities for me to set up a Calm Mind and go and run wide. And if there is, great. And if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world because I do have some of the stuff that Latias is covered by other Pokemon as well. So I'm kind of very happy with that. The EV sets is a bit funky for you guys that are watching. I have 252 in special attack to get max attack. I have 18 HP and 176 in speed. So the reason why I split it like that is because, like I said, his fastest Pokemon are Victini and Volcarona, base 100. The timid nature with 176 speed EVs outspeeds Jolly or Timid, or like basically max speed 100 and base 100. I was hoping I can go modest, but I couldn't. I get outsped by base 100s, so I went timid, just scaled down the speed EVs and just dumped them into HP. So I can kind of take a bit more hits and take the life over quite a bit better, and all that kind of shenanigans. So that's the idea behind Latias, plain and simple. And then I decided to go for solar power panel. So I decided to go for choice specs solar power solar panels. So I'm really looking forward to using this set. Oh sorry, not what am I on about over here? Solar power. It's solar beam I was talking about. It's late. Well, it's not late, but it's been a long day. But yeah, it's a solar beam I was originally on about with the Zard Y. But there's so many solars. You have the solar panel, solar power, solar beam. Oh, it's just confusing. But no, I decided I want it to bring this set for Heliowisk because it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. And you know, he does like McChamp doesn't carry Mach Punch, it carries Bullet Punch. It doesn't have that Mach Punch priority, which is really good for me because it means it can't pick off Solar Panel. So I just felt it'd be kind of fun. I felt it'd be kind of fun to use. He's got, and then he doesn't have. He has Miss Magic, which is a Ghost type, but like if he had a bulky Ghost, I'd be a bit hesitant. But he doesn't, you know, with the Hyper Voice. That's what I'm really looking at. It's like because, you know, I'm always hesitant to bring Hyper Voice in case they have a Ghost or a Steel type, and then it's just a waste of a move. But the fact is, I body his Steel type with Thunderbolt, and his Miss Magic is very slow. Actually, sorry, Miss Magic is his fastest Pokemon. Miss Magic is his fastest Pokemon at 110, isn't it? Hold on now, you guys. I might have to be changing my sets here live on camera. I might have to be changing my sets here. Miss Magic is his fastest Pokemon. What I've been doing 105 base speed. What is his max speed? Let's hold on now. 339. Okay, let's edit that. You're seeing it all live on screen here, folks. Let's edit that. 339. Let's scale you back down to 0. 339. So we're looking at 340. 340. Whatever. Can I not drop you down a bit more? Can I not drop you down to 12? No, I have to have you at. What was it? 1, 2. Oh, 1, 4. 1, 6. Alright, okay, and then the 40 in HP. It kind of sucks we don't get the HP investment, but you know, as much HP investment, but it'll have to do the trick. So 340. That'll do. And you're 32 in HP. That's fine. So I'm glad I spotted it. I'm glad I spotted that Miss Magic was his fastest Pokemon. Thunderbolt, Full Switch, Hyper Voice, and Surf. Thunderbolt for the Tentacruel and the Cloyster. I have Hyper Voice to get some really good stab damage on a few of the mons that I'm not really super effective against, such as the Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur is not going to like having to take a Hyper Voice if I'm in the sun and I have my specs on. It's probably, yeah, it's not going to like it one bit. I have the Surf, and I have the Surf Victini and the Volcarona. That's it. That's pretty much it. It's pretty standard setup for solar panel, but really looking forward to seeing how much damage this thing can do. If I can get a kill with the Hyper Voice, I'd be delighted. In the sun, I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy. But that's kind of my offensive presence right here with these three mons. I figured I have the speed and the power to be able to, you know, I should be able to overpower his team. Particularly the speed in Latias and Solar Panel, and then you know I have the Zard Y just to punch holes if necessary on the rest of his team. So after that, I decided I'd better look at some bulk because he does have a bit of offensive presence himself, and it'll be foolish of me not to have some bulk on my team. So I'd better bring a T-Tar. So I figured I'd bring T-Tar. Because I wanted some. Well, I kind of wanted it for Cloyster, for Volcarona. Was there? Cloyster, Volcarona, the Electros. I kind of, and then you know, not really Mega Venusaur, but really the Cloyster, the Volcarona. It gives me a bit of milk, and actually the Musharna. It was failing me for a minute, but the Musharna was the main one. Musharna is exceptionally bulky. Do not want to deal with it particularly well, so I figured I'd bring my T-Tar, because T-Tar can kind of 1v1 Musharna pretty nicely. And I went for Rock Slide Crunch Dragon Tail Thunderbolt set with pretty much this very same max HP, max attack set that I've used before. I think it's kind of self-explanatory, this setup. I have the Rock Slide for the Volcarona and the Cloyster and all them kind of shenanigans. I have the Crunch for the Misharna. I was very much thinking about Pursuit, and for the Mismagius. But I was very much thinking about Pursuit for the Mismagius for a long time. And then I just said, no, screw it, Crunch. Because if he switches out, that's great. But Mismagius should be the big problem here, because Mismagius can, it'll die to if you blow at it really. And I wanted more power, so I went for the Crunch. When Dragon Tail to stop that if that Volcarona sets up with me, I don't want it in my face. I want it gone. So I'm Dragon Tail to stop to try and haze that out. And I have Thunderbolt for the Skarmory, because if the Skarmory sees the T-Tar in the field and my opponent reckons, oh, I can set up my hazards now, I'll just come in. This T-Tar is not going to really have much for me. It could potentially have, but I haven't seen it. I've seen Rock Slide Crunch and Dragon Tail and all that. He's a physical specimen. In comes the Skarmory, then set up his rocks, and I'm going right. I'm just going to literally right there click Thunderbolt and hopefully deal off them enough to get 2 hit KO. And I should be A1, because I've seen him bring like a specially defensive variant on Skarmory before, or at least one that could take a very good special hit. And I'm kind of not liking that. I'm kind of like, as long as I can do it, just 2 hit KO, I'd be happy with that. But I didn't dump more EVs in the special attack to secure it, because I really want to get off as much damage as I can on that Misharna, because that Misharna could be a huge wall to me. Don't really want to deal with it. So that's T-Tar. Hoping to do the finest. If I had to stack one Pokemon, it's probably going to be T-Tar first, because he's got like a couple of uses, but he doesn't got he doesn't got a massive amount of uses, if you get me. He's got enough for him to be viable, but if that Volcarona he doesn't have Volcarona in his team, I don't see a need for T-Tar really. I'm just gonna, because I should be able to take one hit before if he's not set up before I die, basically. So that's my plan. So that's our T-Tar. After that, I was looking at the team. I was trying to look at what offensive threats he was going to bring. I started looking at his replays a bit more. Saw Victini's always there. Mega Venusaur was always there. And I still was kind of a bit worried about Victini, because Victini has great coverage. So I figured I'd go for the Alomomola on the team. A physically defensive Alomomola. To be fair, actually, I've got very physical in my walls, because he's got a very physical team. Like Smash is a special, and Electros can be mixed, and Volcarona is special, obviously. But like a lot of it, but like and Victini can do both. But like Mega Venusaur can't really do much to. Like I have Fortress there, and I picked Fortress because Mega Venusaur can't do much to unless it's got Hidden Power Fire. And even then Mega Venusaur can't do much to my Zard. At full health, I should say, not at half health. It can kind of body me with a Sludge Bomb then. But I figured I had enough to be able to play around it. So I decided to bring the Alomomola to deal with Victini. My first switch in for Victini is going to be Alomomola. Scald, Protect, Wish, Toxic. Basically, the stall Alomomola that we all know and love. Dumped, I spread my EVs across defense, special defense, 4 in HP, because his HP stat is massive. Bold nature, so I can take the physical Victini hits very well, because he's been bringing physical Victini a lot. So I'm seeing, I fancy him doing that. Like that's what I do. I bring the physical Victini and I have the special Venus, so that's what I do. Like so I say he might do that. And I want this thing to be able to take take a few hits and kind of wear him out a bit. So that's kind of my Alomomola. Very very simple, not too sophisticated about. And this Alomomola is sort of a lot more of his threats as well. Kind of take it from the Mismagius, the Cloyster, the Machamp, the Slurpuff, and the Skarmory. But although I'm kind of relying on my last Pokemon, Fortress, to deal with the Slurpuff and the Skarmory and all that, and a few others as well. Also wanted a bit of hazard support, so I went for the Stealth Box Rapid Spin kind of set. This is basically the same kind of Pokemon I brought last week, except I have the full switch and Gyro. Well, I think I have full switch instead of Toxic Spikes this week. I have full switch because I want a way to be able to get out, just move out away from Skarmory when he brings the Skarmory in. and I can hit it kind of hard, and I want it, and it gives me a slow volt switch, and also it also pairs very well with solar panel, as we all know, because solar panel's got the fast switch, Orchard's got the slow switch, and then I have the gyro ball to be able to hit Slurpuff like a tank. Just hurt it really hard, really badly. So that is it. That is the team. One thing I wish I had on the team was knockoff. Really wanted knockoff on the team this week, because because of the Victini and the Electros, I kind of just want to knock off a little bit. I really want to knock off this week, but I just couldn't. I just don't really have it on my team this week. It's very because knockoff's probably the one move I don't really have great access to, like Venus or Cornet and whatnot. But it's not the easiest move that I have in my arsenal at the moment for me to be able to pull out of the bag and use. So yeah, that's the team. I think it'll do the job. I think we kind of figured it out by now. On like so far when I play, I don't kind of tend to sweep or dominate the whole matchup. I always tend to kind of take my hits and then I'm kind of like what's the move? Pokemon. Oh, what is it? It's not bind. It's I can't remember now. Do you know the one where take all the energy in and then you release all out? It's like one of them early moves that you've seen in Let's Plays. It's I can't remember, but yeah, I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of like that. Take your hits and then come back and just deal out all the damage when they leave themselves open. So hopefully work out again this week. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there today, anyways, folks. If you enjoyed today's video, please click the like button down below for me. If you have any comments about the team, please let me know in the comment section down below. And also like the video if you want to show your support for your Wexford Wailords. And then last but not least, please click that subscribe button down below if you want to see more Irish Battle Association battles and videos I should say, not battles, videos coming your way on this channel. And on that note, I'll see you next time.